Okay, we're gonna do an overall look at this, although that I did videos to show individual module in here, but just as an overall what the program can do. All right. Of course, we do regular astrographing, just astro mapping, just like these thing shows over here. We can change these things to just about anything we want. We can do solar return, lunar return, put it on the map. You can do all kinds of predictive techniques and draw them on the map. We can do diurnal, draw it on the map. So there's a hundred things that you can do. We have a thing called cycle chart here. So we can do you can even do quarter of the moon and put it on the map. So we can do all of that. We can do it also in parallax or regular, and parallax will change it quite a bit, especially where the moon is involved. And as you can see all kinds of prediction that we can do here. We can do all kinds: Venus return, solar return, name it, you can do it. Eclipses, we can do eclipses, and we can do occultation. You might want to check the video that I did on occultation. It was very interesting how they work just like eclipse, and especially the path of them are very good. All right, so and you can put it on the map. Then we can do what I call a whole text. So in other words, here's, for instance, let's see that this is somebody's chart on here. It's one of your clients, and they want to move to Denver. You can click on the text here, and click on Denver right here. And you notice it recalculates everything to Denver. It's in Denver. You got Saturn, Mars, Venus from 75 miles away. It tells you what to expect when you move there. You got Uranus conjunct the descendant, 120 miles away, and you can put that as many miles away as you want right here to your text. Or you can do a full text where you have and creates a full text for this person. For a map. So you can, if somebody ordered a map from you, you could send them a picture of the map, and then all the delineation of every line in there where they pass through and what it means. So that's very, very interesting. We can actually do parallax. You can the program comes with all kinds of videos here. All you can click on this. You can add towns that you want to on a map, any town you want. This would be parallax. If you show this, you can see where it shows parallax here. These little dots right here, and it tells you where latitude and longitude that they are. You can look at a chart. You can take this chart, say, what if I move to here? What the chart looks like. We can do that. All right. You can move the chart anywhere, and as you can see, when I take it and I move it, for instance, let's say I want to move it to Washington D.C. I just click on a little Washington D.C. there, and that's where the chart would be, the real locale chart. So it's very good to look at real locale chart. Calculates real fast and what have you. All right. Now, like I said, these lines here can be changed by anything. All right. Any predictive techniques I can put on a map, and I can, one thing that I always, had something against the Astro-cartography was they say to you, move under your Jupiter, you're going to be very lucky. Move under your Venus, you're going to find love. Well, does that work? I doubt it. All right, look at this chart here. All right, this happens to be a client of mine. Let's look at a chart. All right, we'll make it big. Okay, the person has got a Mercury, Uranus, and also a Saturn, Jupiter in a grand square. Would you move that on an angle? We move something on an angle, you're in trouble. Because that, you move a planet on the angles, that's up your face every day. So what we do is that we created a model. Some of the model has 600 criterias. Let's say you want to find the best place for your money. what we did here is that we find where you have the best second house in the world, where you have planets in the second house, sextiling the ascendant, trining the midheaven. Jupiter, we give more weight to Jupiter, the ruler of the second house, making great aspect to Jupiter, to Venus, making great aspect to the ascendant, great aspect. And we give weights to all that, then we're able to go up and do something like that. And to me, that's a lot better than trying to stick around with moving a planet on something. I remember when I was in Russia, I know I explained that in one of my videos, but you can hear it again. My partner Sergey was living in Russia, and he said, "What's Astro Mapping?" I said, "If you move under your Venus, you're going to find love." Shook his head and he said, "No. Because if my Venus was in Brazil, all right, I would never get out of Russia. I would never find love." So it's true, all right. What happened here is that you can, when we do the models, we can do it only for a little piece of the map, or we can do for the whole map. So in other words, if I'm only interested to stay in the United States, I can do something like that and just do United States. Then I can go up there and say, okay, show me where I have the best second house in the United States. All right, that's the house of money. There's success, retirement, fun. We have all kinds of models. There's money. All right. And I want to say calculate. And what it does is that it's going to find anywhere in the United States where I have the best second house. Okay? So, I mean, let's face it. We learn in astrology that the chart lives on. So if you have a best second house at certain part of the country, you're going to do better with money, or you're going to do better with self-worth, or anything that has to do with the second house. Just like if you have a better 10th house, or a better third house, you could write better there. If you got a better fourth house, you can retire there. You know, so all this stuff works. I mean, we know that it's not far-fetched, but then astrocartography as a whole doesn't look at it that way at all. All right, I call it sun sign astrocartography. Move under this planet, only one planet. Well, if you look at a chart with a client and he's trying to make a decision, and you look only at one planet, you're going to be off, kids. All right, because I've been doing long enough. I know that you have to look at the whole chart. That's what makes an astrologer. When an astrologer can look at the whole chart and see what happens. See, here, I want to send it down. You can see here, United States, see this, the weight here. You notice that the darker color means where I have a better second house, right here. See, I got good second house here. Here I got about 50% of the model works for me, so that's not bad. See, when the light green comes like this, there's no strength there. The strongest is right here, all right? And the strongest would be when it turns this color here, magenta. That's when you would have the strongest there is. So as you can see, these are all places where you can move right here in the United States. You can stay on the East Coast. You go up here in Portland, it's very, very strong, all right? So now we can look at it into, I'm going to clean this up, or you can look at it throughout the whole world if you don't mind living where the whole world is. So I will go up there and I say a place for love, a place for health, a place this, and I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to make it big here, all right? To see what's going on. I'm going to make it big, but also I can force it to just look at a certain area. Look, I'm going to force it to look only in an area. I don't want to get out of the East Coast. So therefore, I'm going to make it here. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go down here. And I'm going to say a place for money. And you see here, calculate full map. Nope, I'm going to calculate only a certain area. So it's going to intensify that area, and it's going to show where is the best place to live only in that area. This is very creative, and it's very ahead of its time, but it's, logically, it's the only way to look at a map. I mean, don't kid yourself by moving under a planet. I know that all the astrocartography people that study with Jim Lewis, I show them that, and they shrug their head because they can't see beyond that. That's above my head. I don't want to think that way. Oh my God, what the hell is this? Well, we didn't go to the moon by sticking on old thing. We went to the moon, by experimental and growing, and so this is a brand new concept. It makes a lot of sense because it is, where the whole chart is used. Where we use every planet in there, and if there's an aspect in a certain place here where you got a planet in the seventh house and it's square Saturn, it's going to take some weights away, so it's going to diminish that place. But if it makes a great aspect, it's going to intensify it, and it's going to color that place, where you have better aspect involving the second house or success here. I use many houses here, career and money. I have only career and where to move and all that. All right, and see now. You see this now? We know that, again, when we look at this is strong, this is weaker right here. This is a little bit stronger right here. But look here, all right? This is in Vermont, this is in Hartford. This is very strong, this is stronger. Then we start getting weaker here, and then this is stronger than this, all right? But this is here is stronger than this. Because it goes from purple to a light brown, then to a darker green, then to a light green. That's the color we do. So now, if you don't want to get out of the East Coast, you can even go into D.C. It's not bad for money. This is your strongest part. Now you can see that. And if you look at it and you do the chart there for that part, you will see that you have a stronger second house right here. All right, there you got Jupiter trining the stuff, and right here in the second house, making an aspect. And I'm sure Jupiter, the ruler of the second house, is Mars. You can look at it, look at trines the ascendant, so you can go up and do the stuff. So it works, and it's real astrology. It's not sun sign astro mapping. It's the real thing, folks.